also. So
there is a risk to become slaves of identity. So
yes,
because of these little prizes that you get.
Yes, yes.
And what do you lose by that?
Well,
or what people lose? You don't, because you don't fall into the trap.
I lose it also. I say I don't fall into the trap, but I suspect that I do.
Yes, but then you crawl out and you fall into the next trap, which is better than to fall in a single trap forever.
For sure, yes, yeah.
This explains the serial identities that you have worn through the years.
Yes. Identity changes as you grow older, too. Sometimes it's as simple as that. But it changes also because you think you learn something from a past experience, so you change how you operate, and then you find out that isn't it either, so you make another adjustment to try to live better. And so on, so you fall over into your grave. Your last thoughts probably are, now I know how to get it right. No, but I've had a very good, life, and I do still. My profession is being me.
Well, that's not something that many people can have. I mean, most of the people have to do something that it's not them.
They might have it if they wanted it badly enough. I don't know.
I think you're right.
It's possible. But I don't want to sound too modest here either, because that's a falseness too. No, if anything, I think I don't know if I'm but I keep on thinking of the character Holly in The Third Man. He was a writer of Western stories, and he wandered in one day to a very erudite literary conference, and everyone thought he was somebody else. He was an important guy, and he kept on trying to say, hey, I just write cowboy stories. So I feel a certain affinity with him. Also in that he didn't get the girl at the end.
Well, this wasn't your case. You have had a quite interesting life on this plane.
Yes, but we won't talk about all that.
No, we won't. We'll keep this as a secret.
Yes, I'll keep that for my journals if I ever write them out. If I ever publish them.
So which is your definition of reality in this very moment? If you have one. Because it changes continuously.
My first thought was, reality is what comes out of the end of my gun. Reality is my viewpoint. Reality is what I say it is. Reality is what I say it isn't.
And why do people ask you questions?
Well, I don't even ask myself that, because maybe they'll stop. And that would be bad for me.
So it's always better not to understand a lot of things?
Well, I suspect in a way I stand for something. Perhaps that's why people ask me things. I think of Henry Miller in that regard. His work I don't think is that marvelous, but he stood for something. It was a very natural thing with him. Now, it's very funny, I think, for a person to be claiming he's natural while a camera is on him. So I don't.
Two.
Yes. Hello. But still, as a writer, you have the right to mention Henry Miller, Hemingway, and all that. It's part of our stock of tricks.
Mm-hmm. Do you eventually remember the best question that somebody has ever put to you? Of course, according to a subjective state of mind.
Well, I just thought of one, which I was never asked. Mr. Shekli, do you think the writer's art is at all like the art of the trickster from American Indian myths? Yes, I think it is, yes.
And the worst one, this kind of question that you absolutely hate to hear?
Where do you get your ideas?
Oh. Yes, yeah. That's
Because if I knew, I would go there and find more of them.
Yes, this is a quite interesting question. Why do you think that the people without humor exist? Because there are a lot of people also without any kind of humor. I mean, this is possible, but how can it be?
Some people don't see the humorous side of just being alive. Being alive is, in a sense, very funny.
I perfectly agree. But I am also of the idea that if you become aware that you're alive, you can't but find it funny. So my question is it possible that maybe they don't even realize that they're alive?
People are shaped to not find humor.
Mm-hmm.
They're shaped from the earliest ages. I don't know how or why, but some people don't have it.